I'm very serious about that fight. I strongly feel that fight can be a super fight. You know, the build-up starts now, like literally starts now. I believe it was Ryan Garcia who called out Virgil. I believe they fought in the amateurs twice. I believe Ryan has 2 wins against him. So, I mean, 3 strikes and you're out, right? So let's make it in the pros. I think that's very doable. I think that fight at 154 can happen next year at Dallas Cowboys Stadium with Jerry Jones. I'm calling it now. I think that fight is very doable.
Many times you get criticized for nonsense, but today you did a major move. You signed one of the biggest fighters, the guy with the best record. What does that say about Golden Boy and the moves they're making?
Well, look, I mean, business is business, and we know how to do it. I mean, I've been in the business as a promoter for 20 years now. There's a reason for it, you know. There's a reason why we've been involved in the biggest fights in boxing history, and we continue to do it. So, you know, whether it's with Ryan recently, whether it's with Canelo, whether it's with all the other fighters I promoted, you know, we have a formula, and you know, we have a track record, and so it's all about you know, treating the fighters right. It's all about making sure that you're transparent. It's all about making the checker checks the checker. That's what I say. And so, meaning, you know, I let fighters check everything at Golden Boy. I make sure that the fighters are comfortable and we're honest with them. And look, my books are wide open. So I think that separates us from everybody else, is that we're an honest company.
Okay, Virgil Ortiz against Earl Spence. You love it.
That's the dream fight at Dallas Cowboys Stadium. That's the dream fight, partnering up with Jerry Jones. I believe that a fight of that magnitude the fans deserve. So that's something that I'm going to be working on from now. If everything goes well, August 10th, you know, Virgil will be fighting again the end of the year, and then possibly, hopefully, filling up Dallas Cowboys Stadium next year.
You're a gold medalist. You're 11, 12-time world champion. What advice do you have for Shaq right now?
I think the only advice I would have is you know, take a look at your career, your last 3-4 fights, right? And put a value on that. You know, put a realistic value. Don't overprice yourself. Don't underprice yourself. But really be honest with yourself and say to yourself, what am I really worth? Who do I really want to go with to progress my career the right way? Yeah, he has a lot of thinking to do, not just signing with a promoter. But look at the details. What team can really help you to elevate yourself to superstar status? You know, because yeah, he's a fighter that does deserve to make a lot of money, more than what he's making now. But it starts with him.
Oscar, you worked so hard to make Mexican Independence Weekend a boxing weekend. And this weekend, coming up, it looks like it's going to be a UFC card. Okay. Canelo is going to, for the second straight year, not take that fight. What do you make of that? Or how disappointed are you or bothered?
It's very interesting. Look, I'm not sure exactly who's going to be fighting on the UFC card. If any Mexicans are going to be fighting on the UFC. So it's pretty strange to me. You're holding a Mexican Independence Weekend fight night for Mexicans, right? But yet you have no Mexican main event. It just, to me, it doesn't make sense. Obviously, UFC is a machine, and it's probably going to sell out and sell great on pay-per-view. But it doesn't mean that they're going to take over that date. And who knows? We hear that possibly Canelo will be fighting on that day, on that night. So a lot of moving parts right now. But yeah, UFC obviously they're going to do very well. But I don't know if that's sustainable or long run or long term. You know, without having a Mexican, you must, in order to sell that night, you must have a Mexican main event, and that's probably what Dana White and the UFC don't really understand because they haven't been involved with that date ever. So, yeah, I mean, if they do it, all the best. I mean, go ahead. Man, more power to you because it's still combat sports. You know, it still helps us as the sport, as boxing. But yeah, just.
Hablar eso en español, Oscar, ¿nos puedes dar eso en español del 15 de septiembre, lo de con quién va a pelear Canelo? O
No, UFC tiene una cartelera en Las Vegas. Va a ser interesante porque no creo que tienen mexicanos peleando en la cartelera y esa fecha obviamente es una celebración para la afición mexicana. Así que va a ser muy interesante, pero yo escucho que Canelo posiblemente pelee el 14 de septiembre en Las Vegas, así que va a ser muy interesante a ver qué va a pasar.